Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Whether you're a gamer or not, today we've got something special for you. We're counting down the top 10 best open world games ever. So get ready to take notes and transform your gameplay. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon to stay updated with the latest tips, tricks, and guides. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Number 10. Batman: Arkham City. This is a 2011 action-adventure game developed by Rocksteady Studios and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Based on the DC Comics superhero Batman, it is the sequel to the 2009 video game Batman: Arkham Asylum, and the second installment of the Batman Arkham series. Written by veteran Batman writer Paul Dini, with Paul Crocker and Sefton Hill, Arkham City was inspired by the long-running comic book mythos. In the game's main storyline, Batman is incarcerated in Arkham City, a super prison enclosing the decaying urban slums of fictional Gotham City. He must uncover the secret behind a sinister scheme orchestrated by the facility's warden. The game is presented from the third-person perspective with a primary focus on Batman's combat and stealth abilities, detective skills, and gadgets that can be used in both combat and exploration. Number 9. Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is a 2015 action role-playing game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. It is the fourth main game in the Fallout series and was released worldwide on November 10, 2015 for PlayStation 4, Windows, and Xbox One. Fallout 4 received positive reviews from critics, with many praising the world depth, player freedom, overall amount of content, crafting, story, characters, and soundtrack. Criticism was mainly directed at the game's simplified role-playing elements compared to its predecessors and technical issues. It's a game that lets you experience the post-apocalyptic world of the Commonwealth like never before. With its deep crafting system, customizable settlements, and vast open world filled with unique characters and stories, Fallout 4 gives players the freedom to shape their own destiny. Number 8. Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is a 2017 action-adventure game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch and Wii U. Set at the end of the Zelda timeline, the player controls an amnesic Link as he sets out to save Princess Zelda and prevent Calamity Ganon from destroying the world. Players explore the open world of Hyrule while they collect items and complete objectives such as puzzles or side quests. Breath of the Wild's world is unstructured and encourages exploration and experimentation. The story can be completed in a non-linear fashion. Breath of the Wild was first planned for release in 2015 as a Wii U exclusive. It was eventually released as a launch game for the Switch and the final Nintendo game for the Wii U on March 3, 2017. Breath of the Wild is considered one of the greatest video games of all time. Journalists described it as a landmark in open-world design for its emphasis on experimentation, physics-based sandbox, and emergent gameplay. Numerous developers cited Breath of the Wild as inspiration, and it is a popular point of comparison among open-world games. This game didn't just redefine the Zelda series. Number 7. Skyrim. Skyrim is a 2011 action role-playing game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. It is the fifth main installment in the Elder Scrolls series, following the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion in 2006, and was released worldwide for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360 on November 11, 2011. The game is set 200 years after the events of Oblivion and takes place in Skyrim, the northernmost province of Tamriel, a continent on the planet Nirn. Its main story focuses on the player's character, the Dragonborn, on their quest to defeat Alduin the World Eater, a dragon who is prophesied to destroy the world. Over the course of the game, the player completes quests and develops the character by improving skills. The game continues the open-world tradition of its predecessors by allowing the player to travel to discovered locations in the game world at any time, and to ignore or postpone the main storyline indefinitely. Whether you're battling dragons atop snowy peaks, delving into ancient dungeons, or simply getting lost in the vastness of Tamriel. Number 6. The Phantom Pain. The Phantom Pain is a 2015 action-adventure stealth video game developed and published by Konami. Directed, written, and designed by Hideo Kojima as his final work at Konami. It is the 9th installment in the Metal Gear franchise, following Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, a standalone prologue released the previous year. Set in 1984, 9 years after the events of Ground Zeroes, the story follows mercenary leader Punished Venom Snake as he ventures into Soviet-occupied Afghanistan and the Angola-Zaire border region to exact revenge on those who destroyed his forces and came close to killing him during the climax of Ground Zeroes. The game is played from a third-person perspective in an open world, which can be explored either on foot or by modes of transport. Snake can use a wide repertoire of weapons and items and receive assistance from several AI companions, allowing the player to combat enemies either stealthily or directly. Enemy soldiers and resources found in the world can be transported to Snake's headquarters, allowing for its expansion and the development of further technology. The game includes 2 separate multiplayer modes. Number 5. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is an action-adventure game set in feudal Japan, developed by Sucker Punch Productions. The game takes place in 1274, where the Mongol Empire invades Tsushima Island, Japan. Players take on the role of Jin Sakai, a samurai fighting to defend his home and people. As Jin, players must use unconventional tactics and strategies to defeat the Mongol forces and reclaim Tsushima. The gameplay features open-world exploration, allowing players to explore a beautifully rendered Tsushima Island, completing quests, finding collectibles, and engaging in combat. Combat is intense, with players engaging in sword fights using various stances and techniques to take down enemies. As players progress, they can upgrade Jin's skills, unlock new abilities, and upgrade equipment. The game boasts stunning visuals and an immersive atmosphere, with dynamic weather and day-night cycles that enhance the overall experience. The feudal Japanese setting is richly detailed, with a strong narrative focus and memorable characters. Ghost of Tsushima received widespread critical acclaim for its engaging story, immersive setting, and challenging gameplay. Reviewers praised the game's visuals, sound design, and attention to historical detail. The game won Best Action and Adventure Game at the Game Awards 2020 and was nominated for Game of the Year, Best Narrative, and Best Score and Music. Number 4. Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a 2022 action role-playing game developed by From Software. It was directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, with world-building provided by American fantasy writer George R.R. Martin. It was published for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS on February 25th in Japan by From Software, and internationally by Bandai Namco Entertainment. Set in the lands between, players control a customizable player character on a quest to repair the Elden Ring and become the new Elden Lord. Elden Ring is presented through a third-person perspective, with players freely roaming its open world. 6 main areas can be traversed using the player character's Steed Torrent. Linear hidden dungeons can be explored to find useful items. Players can use several types of weapons and magic spells, including non-direct engagement enabled by stealth mechanics. Throughout the game's world, checkpoints enable fast travel and allow players to improve their attributes using an in-game currency called runes. Elden Ring features an online multiplayer mode in which players join through cooperative play to fight bosses or engage in player versus player combat. It is a game that took the gaming world by storm with its expansive open world and deep, rewarding gameplay. Developed by From Software and created in collaboration with George R.R. Martin, Elden Ring offers a rich and hauntingly beautiful world known as the Lands Between. This game masterfully combines the challenging combat and intricate level design that From Software is known for, with the freedom and exploration of an open-world setting. This game encourages exploration by rewarding players with powerful weapons, spells, and lore that deepen the experience. Number 3. Theft Auto 5. No list of the best open-world games would be complete without Grand Theft Auto 5. Released in 2013, this game has become a cultural phenomenon, offering one of the most detailed and immersive open worlds ever created. Set in the sprawling, sun-soaked city of Los Santos and its surrounding areas, GTA 5 allows players to experience the lives of 3 very different protagonists. Michael, a retired bank robber, Franklin, a young hustler looking for his big break, and Trevor, a volatile and unpredictable criminal. The game's innovative character switching mechanic lets you jump between these 3 characters on the fly, adding layers of depth to the story and gameplay. You can spend hours simply exploring the streets, participating in side activities like golf, tennis, or yoga, or getting involved in the chaotic fun of GTA Online. The game's open-world design gives players the freedom to approach missions in various ways, whether it's planning and executing a complex heist, or simply causing chaos in the streets. The choice is yours. The game's world is massive, from the bustling downtown streets to the sun-soaked beaches, the arid deserts, and the rugged mountains surrounding the city. Number 2. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. Wild Hunt is a 2015 action role-playing game developed and published by CD Projekt. It is the sequel to the 2011 game The Witcher 2: Assassins of Kings, and the 3rd game in the Witcher video game series, played in an open world with a third-person perspective. The games follow the Witcher series of fantasy novels written by Andrzej Sapkowski. The game takes place in a fictional fantasy world based on Slavic mythology. Players control Geralt of Rivia, a monster slayer for hire known as a Witcher, and search for his adopted daughter, who is on the run from the otherworldly Wild Hunt. Players battle the game's many dangers with weapons and magic, interact with non-player characters, and complete quests to acquire experience points and gold, which are used to increase Geralt's abilities and purchase equipment. The game's story has 3 possible endings, determined by the player's choices at key points in the narrative. The world of The Witcher 3 is a breathtakingly detailed sandbox. From the windswept isles of Skellige to the swampy wilderness of Velen and the bustling Renaissance-inspired city of Novigrad. Each region has its own distinct atmosphere, culture, and challenges. The game's open-world design encourages exploration, whether you are uncovering hidden caves, hunting for powerful gear, or simply taking in the stunning vistas. There's always something new to discover. And let's not forget the dynamic weather system and day-night cycle that not only add to the game's realism, but also impact gameplay. Number 1. Red Dead Redemption 2. Claiming the top spot on our list is Rockstar Games' masterpiece, Red Dead Redemption 2. Released in 2018, published by Rockstar Games, the game is the 3rd entry in the Red Dead series and a prequel to the 2010 game Red Dead Redemption. The story is set in a fictionalized representation of the United States in 1899, and follows the exploits of Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and a member of the Van der Linde gang, who must deal with the decline of the Wild West while attempting to survive against government forces, rival gangs, and other adversaries. The game is presented through first and third person perspectives, includes shootouts, robberies, hunting, horseback riding, interacting with non-player characters, and maintaining the character's honor rating through moral choices and deeds. A bounty system governs the response of law enforcement and bounty hunters to crimes committed by the player. This game is not just an open-world experience, it's a stunning recreation of the American frontier, brimming with detail and life. Set in the late 19th century, you step into the boots of Arthur Morgan, a member of the Van der Linde gang, as you navigate a world on the brink of modernization. This game isn't just about exploring a massive world, it's about living in it. The first thing that hits you about Red Dead Redemption 2 is its breathtaking world. From the dense forests of the Heartlands, to the rugged mountains of Ambarino, and the sprawling deserts of New Austin. The game's environments are rendered with such attention to detail that they almost feel alive. What's your favorite open-world game? Did your top pick make the list? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. we've got more gaming content coming your way, and you won't want to miss it.